Welcome to the third and final setup video about how to integrate the Government Benefit Assessment with Filevine. By now, you should have created a custom Government Benefits section, and you should have added 3 custom fields to the Government Benefits section. In this step, we will create 2 auto tasks to help you and your staff send out the assessment to your clients, as well as verify that it has been received. To create the tasks and add them to the Taskflow, first we will go to the upper left-hand corner menu. We'll click on Advanced, and we'll go down to the Taskflow option. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to choose the auto task trigger, and we want this task to be triggered by the changing of a phase. Now your firm's phases may be slightly different, but what we recommend is that you set up these tasks near the time of settlement. So before the money is dispersed to the client, we want to make sure these government benefit issues are taken care of. So for the purposes of this example, I will choose the settlement phase, but you can choose a similar phase in your firm's workflow. And I've already created these 2 tasks just to save time on this video, but we'll walk through them quickly. The first task is to send the Government Benefit Assessment to the client via the Government Benefits tab, and then record the email sent date. We want to create this auto task when the phase changes. Now this is up to you and your firm. I have it listed here to be due in 1 day after the phase is changed, and then you can assign the role to the appropriate person in your firm, whether that's a case manager, the primary person assigned to the case. It's really up to you. You can also notify additional roles per your preferences. Once you've created that first task, you can go ahead and click Save. The second task is triggered when the first task is completed. So the task text is to save the Government Benefit Information Letter from the mailroom to the client's project and record the receive date on the Government Benefits tab. This auto task is created when another auto task is completed. So to specify which task we're talking about, click on this drop-down menu and you'll see all of the tasks in the settlement or whatever phase it is that you're working on. I want this task to be triggered when the task we just created is completed, and you can choose how many days after. I generally recommend that you put this to 3 or 4 days. Again, just like the prior task, you can assign the role to the primary user, to a case manager, or to any other person within your firm who would be handling these issues. And you can also notify other roles in your firm. Once you've done this, you can go ahead and click Save. You've successfully set up these 2 tasks, one to be triggered when the phase changes, and one to be triggered when this first task is completed. So if we go into a sample client, you can see here I've changed the phase to settlement, and this is a task that was created. It says send the Government Benefit Assessment to the client, record the email sent date. So this task is overdue. Now, once I mark this as complete, I can go ahead and look back here and you can see this next task has been automatically created, which is to save the Government Benefit Information Letter from the mailroom to the client's project and to record the receive date on the Government Benefits tab. The first task will be completed when you have sent the email to your client and you've recorded the date that you sent it. The second task will be completed when you have recorded the date that the information letter was received and you've saved the information letter from the mailroom to your client's project. Once you or your team have done that, they can go ahead and mark this second task as completed. In a different video, I will talk a little bit more about the actual user process, day-to-day practice of how to use this, but this is the final step of completing the Government Benefit Assessment integration. If you have any questions about setup, please go ahead and reach out to our firm or schedule a call with me. We would be more than happy to help you get this set up.